Excuse me, are you Mrs. Whitaker?
Yes?
Your son Randy's been throwing rocks at the window of the butcher shop. He broke one, he's already had a warning, and now he'll have to pay $50 fine, and plus he'll have to pay for the damages.
I can't believe it. Our Randy, he's nothing but a problem child.
What a little brat that kid must be.
Yeah, I'll say.
Hey, give him a chance. The problem could be his parents, you know.
His parents? Who ever heard of problem parents?
Don't go away. I've got a feeling we're going to hear a lot about problem parents today at Circle Square.
Sharing up with one another, let shine. Let no difference flow between you, let shine. Let his spirit flow between you, let shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Come on and let shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Come on and let shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Come on and let shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Come on and let shine.
You're just being disrespectful, Aaron. You must think you're the perfect child.
Come on, everybody. Let's sing about it.
Used to go around thinking that old folks didn't know much. I never ever listened to what they say and such. One day I fell in trouble for doing things my way. But now I've learned my lesson, and this is what I say. You've got to respect your elders. They know what's best for you. Respect your elders. They're looking out for you. So the next time someone older comes and offers you advice, remember, respect your elders and treat them really nice.
See, I told ya. I know!
Honor your father and mother. They care so much for you. Listen to your teacher. She wants the best for you. It's wonderful to realize that they're all on our side, helping us to grow up, healthy, strong, and wise. Got to respect your elders. They know what's best for you. Respect your elders. They're looking out for you. So the next time someone older comes and offers you advice, remember, respect your elders and treat them really nice. You've got to respect your elders. They know what's best for you. Respect your elders. They're looking out for you. So the next time someone older comes and offers you advice, remember, respect your elders and treat them really nice. Respect your elders and treat them really nice.
I have to live with parents, but some friends I know have parents that are big problems. It's not always the kid's fault.
Maybe. I'm going to see what Durk thinks.
Sure, but I know what I'm saying. Girls.
Respect your elders and treat them really nice.
Hey, Durk. Could you give me some advice?
Oh, sure, if I can. That's enough from you, Vince.
Well, you hear all about problem children, but have you ever heard of problem parents?
Well, sit down, Janice. It seems like it's always easiest to blame children for being problems. But parents can be just as much the problem. I'll tell you a little story.
Oh, I know.
Once there were parents that had 3 wonderful children. They were just beautiful.
Once there was a young boy named Randy Whitaker who grew up in a little farming community. His mother and dad owned the country store. They worked very hard and long hours to keep the store on its feet.
Hey, Dad, do you want to come play?
Not today, son. I've got so much work to do. I need a 48-hour day.
Oh, but Dad.
No, I'm doing
this for you, son, so I can afford to give you all the things you'd like. Someday, this store will be yours, too. As soon as the shelves are stocked, we'll do something special.
All right, Dad.
Here, dear, I brought you a cold drink. I'm going home to make supper.
Thank you.
Hey, Mom, let's go make some pie.
Randy, I'd rather do it myself. You slow me down.
Could I just watch?
You're just in the way. Now go out and play.
Phil, you never play with me anymore.
I'm doing this for you.
I wish you wouldn't.
Pardon me, young man. What did you say?
Nothing.
Well, don't talk back to your parents. You're getting to be a bit of a problem child.
And you're getting to be problem parents.
It does take a lot of work to keep a store going, but Randy's parents seem to have time for everything but Randy. So to get their attention, Randy started acting up.
Won't that be nice?
I got the shelves stocked.
Oh, great. Now let's eat fast. I've got to get things cleaned up. My bridge club is coming over.
And I've got a council meeting tonight.
But, Dad, you said when the shelves are stocked, we could do something special.
Maybe next week, when I'm through with the books.
Eat fast, eh?
Randy, what are you doing?
He's going to be like a little pig. Clean him up.
I don't have time. I've got to get dressed for the bridge club.
Why don't we all stay home and clean me up?
I can't. If I don't go, I'll miss the council meeting. Your face better be clean when I get back.
What would you care if it wasn't?
Now Randy was doing all kinds of things to get attention. He was becoming known everywhere as a problem child.
Your son just stole a donut out of my bake shop.
I'll speak with them.
Well, you better or I will. You've got a problem child, lady. Mr. Whitaker? Mr. Whitaker?
I'm over here.
Excuse me, are you Randy's father?
Why, yes.
Do you have any idea where he's been?
At home, I guess.
He's been at our house all weekend. Haven't you even noticed?
Well, I've been...
No wonder he's getting into so much trouble.
When Randy came into the store...
Oh, there you are. What's all this trouble I hear you're causing? What's wrong with you, boy? I work hard to give you all those fancy gadgets. Radio, TV, 10-speed. And this is the thanks I get. A problem child.
Dad, don't work for me. Just be with me.
That brat.
With all these warnings, you'd think Randy's parents would have realized that they needed to spend more time with Randy. But nothing changed. Then one day, they got the shock of their lives.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. Whitaker?
Yes?
Your son Randy's been throwing rocks at the window of the butcher shop. He broke one, he's already had a warning, and now he'll have to pay $50 fine, and plus he'll have to pay for the damages.
I can't believe it. Our Randy, he's nothing but a problem child.
Can I talk with him, please?
Certainly. Randy!
Yes, Mom?
After all the work I've done to give you everything, and this is all the thanks I get?
Randy, we've met before. I think you know why I'm here. I'm fining you $50 for destroying property, and you'll have to pay for the damages.
Where am I going to get money like that?
You should have thought of that earlier. Now that's your problem.
That's what you are, Randy, a problem. After all we've done for you.
Excuse me, Mrs. Whitaker, but I'd like to ask Randy a few questions. Randy, why do you make trouble?
Something to do. For something to do, you've lots to do. We worked hard to provide you with everything you could ever want. We did it all for you.
Don't work for me, Mom. Just be with me.
And with that, Randy started crying. Constable Muldoon was wise to the situation. He'd seen similar instances before.
I'd be willing to drop the fine if you'll cooperate.
Yes, but what can I do?
I've seen similar problem children like Randy. And the truth is, Randy's not to blame. The problem are his parents. That means you and your husband.
But we've given him everything.
Everything but yourselves. And that's what he needed most. You see, it takes time to build good family relationships. You've given him everything. Now just give him your time.
Just time?
Your housework may suffer a little, and your husband may have to drop off a few committees, but it'll be the end of both your problems.
Both problems?
Yeah, your problem child and Randy's problem parents.
Thanks, Constable Muldoon. You've helped us more than you'll ever know.
That's all right. It's a lesson we all have to learn. I've been a problem parent myself. Bye now.
I'm sorry, Mom. Sorry for being a problem child.
I'm sorry, too. We've given you everything except ourselves. It sounds so simple now, but it's the thing we all needed most of all. Each other. Forgive me for being a problem parent.
It's okay. Things are better now, eh?
I know. Here comes your dad.
And the Whitakers started taking time to be together as a family. Mom's housework suffered a little, and Dad had to drop a few committees, but it was well worth it. It was the end of both of their problems.
Both problems?
Yes, Mr. Whitaker, your problem child and your son's problem parents.
I guess you're right. It's a lesson all of us would do well to learn. I thought I'd given him everything, and I found out all he ever wanted was me.
Parents can be problems, but we all need to help each other in our families to see where the source of the problems are so that we can have the best possible life together.
Spending time seems so simple, though.
And don't forget it either, Janice. Nobody knows how much time we have left. Time never comes back.
Thanks for giving me some of yours. You've really helped me.
Well, thanks for making my day.
Thanks, Durk. Bye, Vince.
Bye-bye, honey.
Is anybody seeing Stacy?
Yeah, she's down at Kaleidoscope. Let's see what she's making. Turn on the set.
Yeah,
Kaleidoscope.
Tickling a pin. You can make something. What's it gonna be? You wait and see. With a little determination and a lot of imagination. What's it gonna be? You wait and see.
If you like weaving, you like today's class. Thanks, good. So listen carefully and you can learn how to weave on cardboard.
Okay. For our weaving today, all you'll need is a piece of cardboard and some string, and odds and ends of yarn and ribbons or whatever you can find. Start with cardboard. You rule off about ½ inch up, and then every ½ inch, mark a line.
Okay.
And then you cut them. And you do that on both ends so that they're all slit across.
Okay.
So next what you do is you start at one end and you tie a knot and put it through the slit, and that'll hold it. You go down, around the back, and then back up again, just like this.
Okay.
Put it through the slit. Now what we're doing now is making a warp.
Oh.
And that's what we're going to be weaving on. Okay? Now make sure you don't go around and down the bottom. You have to keep going around the same one and over. Okay? Now when you get to the end, you stop and you tie a knot to hold it also.
At the other end?
At the other end, that's right.
Okay.
And there's our loom. Okay? Now we're going to begin to weave. Take, a piece of yarn, and you start at one end, and you go under and over each one. If you go over one, you go under the next until you get right across.
Okay.
Okay? Then you pull it down to the bottom. Right down. Okay? So that's our beginning row. Now to go back, I was underneath on this one. You go over it this time. And under the next one, over the next. So which one you went under the last time, you go over this time. Okay? All the way across. Pull it, not too tight, and then push it all down, right to the bottom. And there's the beginning of your weaving. Now, the size of your loom doesn't have to be this size. It could be longer or wider if you want to make a wide one, or if you want to make a long one, okay?
Okay.
But this is how much we're going to weave on this one.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to just use yarns. You can use ribbons. This is our example. We started down here with pieces of leather, cut up in strips. There's yarn. We have pieces of wood just woven in, ribbons, different types of ribbons. There's fabric cut into strips and then rolled and woven in. More yarn, and this is a ribbon, a very colorful ribbon that you can just place in like that. You can use almost anything.
Could you use paper or twigs?
Oh, sure. They go in really nicely. Now, to finish it off, what you do is you bend the cardboard and you pull the loop off. And it just slips right off. And then when you're finished taking it off, tie a yarn onto each end and hang it up. There's your weaving.
If you'd like our instructions for crafts today, write in. Our address will be coming on your screen real soon. Thanks, Sue.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a good craft. I bet I could do that. I bet you could, too. Yeah.
I think that was a terrific craft.
Yeah. I hope Janice doesn't think I'm disrespectful.
I don't think she does.
All I was trying to say was that grown-ups can be wrong, too.
They can?
Sure. Watch this cartoon. It was the grown-ups who were wrong this time.
One day, David with Jacob and Rachel were flying kites on the rooftop of David's home. Jacob's kite became entangled in a tree which grew along the side of the house. "Help!" shouted Rachel as she ran to a nearby group of men. They appeared to be having a heated discussion regarding which of them was the most important. She hesitated, looked from one to another before she tugged on the sleeve of one of the leaders. The men, however, took no notice of her. It was then that David scampered up the tree to see if he could rescue the stranded kite. While he was halfway up the trunk, a friendly voice called out, "Son, come over here for a moment when you're finished." David slithered down the tree, quickly handed Jacob the kite, then ran over to the men. He was welcomed into the group with a playful punch from the gentleman who had called. The kind man slowly and graciously searched the faces one by one of those standing by. He patiently explained, "If you want to become an important leader, you must first enjoy serving those around you." Drawing the boy close to his side, the tall stranger placed his hand on David's shoulder. "Like this child, you must help care for others in their need. For in God's books, a child's eagerness to help is the greatest example." Jesus the Messiah then lifted David upon the rock beside him, and with a sweep of his hand around the group, said to all, "Your care for other people is the measure of your greatness, and a little child shall lead you."
The grown-ups were the ones who were wrong. Why should that surprise you? You're hardly ever right.
You're a moving mistake. A marvelous disaster area.
Very funny. Big joke.
There's just one thing I want to tell you, Aaron.
Oh, really? What?
You are so right.
I
Kids aren't always wrong.
Yeah.
But there's one thing. It's not fair to expect our parents to always do the right thing. We gotta give them a chance to grow up. No matter how old or young we are, we're all God's children, and we're all just learning how to be alive.
I never knew existed before. You came into my life. You took away my worry and strife. People think I'm just a child, too young to have a problem. What's big to me might be small to them, but I know the one who can solve them. He has opened a door I never knew existed before. When he came into my life, he took away my worry and strife. Oh, you're never too old to be God's child, too old to have a problem. What's big to you is so small to him, but he's the one who can solve them. He will open a door we never knew existed before. So let him into your life. He'll take away your worry and strife. He will open a door we never knew existed before. So let him into your life. He'll take away your worry and strife. He will open a door we never knew existed before. So let him into your life. He'll take away your worry and strife.
Everybody ready for the mail? Sure. I have a letter. It says, Dear Circle Square, I like your show a lot. I watch it every Saturday morning. I believe that God loves everyone, no matter who you are. I would like to receive a songbook, please. I really like all the songs you sing. Egbert and Grit are really funny.
Did you hear that? A real fan.
I have a letter from Jessie. Dear Circle Square, I watch your show every Saturday. Every show is different and teaches a different lesson. My brother and I are thankful that we have enough food to eat and enough cold, clear water to drink. I sometimes think of the poor children in underdeveloped countries who have hardly any food to eat. We thank God that we live in a peaceful country. Yours truly, Jessie.
We really like getting your letters, so don't stop writing. If you have a question or a problem, we'd like to help. Or write and get your own free songbook. Or instructions for today's craft.
And don't forget the return address so we can send you stuff.
That's right.
So write soon, because we want to hear from you.
Circle Square wants to hear from you, so write us a letter. Here's our address: 2121 Station F, Toronto, Ontario, M4Y 2 and 9.
I'm sorry I talked ugly to you, Gert. I've got some growing up to do.
Me too. I'm sorry for causing problems.
We can all be problems to each other.
Even parents can be problems. But remember, moms and dads who are watching, don't be a problem to your children. Be a present. Give them yourself.
Right on.
Well said.
All we've ever really wanted.
I guess you're right. It's a lesson all of us would do well to learn. I thought I'd given him everything, and I found out all he ever wanted was me.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
And don't forget to return address.